Hi, folks. This is Rick Amateur Triumph.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad.
Hi, this is a best-selling author. I threw the best-selling there. Best-selling author, Dick Wybrow.
I'm Melanie from Second Shooter.
This is Jeff with Second Shooter.
Hey everybody, it's Brian Allen from Bridges Ablaze.
Hey, this is Sammy Lee, drummer of the band Red Rain.
Yo guys, it's Mark McKay.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher.
Hola amigos, this is Billy Sheehan.
Hey guys, this is John Karabi.
Hi, this is Jim Valance.
What's up everybody, it's Logan from All the Pretty Things.
Hey guys, it's Leather Leone.
This is Nothing from Inside the Trojan Horse.
What's up guys, Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project.
My name's Reggie and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
It's time once again for the Weekly Pour, the show that knows everything about absolutely nothing. Here are your hosts, TBT and Ace.
Here are your hosts, TBT and Ace. That's us. Welcome to episode 170 of the Weekly Pour podcast. I am TBT. That guy over there is Ace. Welcome to everyone. If you are watching us live on YouTube, welcome. Say hello in the chat. Hit that thumbs up. Do what the moderator said, because she already said it. Beat me to it. I didn't think I was going to make it on time. Reasons? Doesn't matter. Did I? Yes. Is everything done and spelled correctly? I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
No,
who reads?
Yeah, who reads? They just listen. Yeah, but I'll tell you the reason I was late. It's 70 flipping degrees.
Yeah, until tomorrow.
Tomorrow's gonna be 68
with tornadoes.
Whatever. Do you just wait till Sunday when it's 33 again?
What is up with that? That's so crazy.
I don't know. It's got something to do probably with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't know. They keep letting in rappers and country artists. I don't know. But still, 70 degrees. I was outside taking care of things, taking care of business.
You probably mowed. You probably already mowed.
I was opening the pool.
Yeah, right.
To close it down in like a day. But yeah, lost track of time because, what's time? It's my time. I can waste it. And then I look at the clock and immediately text you panicking. So I'm out of here. I don't know. I'm going to try to make it. 5 minutes.
You were in your yard.
5 minutes.
Were you playing Frisbee with the dogs?
Yes. I was trying to bury them in the holes they keep digging because apparently the moles are in season again.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean,
you got 27 acres out there. There's plenty of places to dig holes.
27 acres and 27 dogs. 1 dog per acre.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Hello to everybody in the chat. Mama TBT's in there. Moderator Natalie, of course, who's trying to earn her job back permanently. Shannon's in there. And
hey, Shannon.
That's pretty much all I see for now. If you're watching and you haven't said anything, you better say hi, because that's what we do. Hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. No, we don't put out a ton of stuff, but when we do, it's important that you know so that you can come in and you can listen as well. If you are listening after the live has played or you're watching a replay of this, do me a favor. Go leave us a review. Only if it's 4 stars. No, is it 5 stars? Only if it's the most stars. I said the same thing last week, and I forgot to check how many it was. Don't give us 4. Give us 5. Give us 6 if it's an option.
I doubt it. I don't think
probably
it is.
Isn't. Yeah. I don't know.
You talk about not posting a lot, but you've been busy with the little TikTok-y short reel thingies that have been doing well.
Did you say TikTok-y?
TikTok-y, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like TikTok, but it's not quite. It's TikTok.
Here's glad you brought that up, because that's something we can talk about. Thank you, moderator Natalie, for giving us 5 stars in the chat. Go to Apple, go to podcasts, go to our podcast, and give us the 5 stars, you dork. Anyway, I want to go with what you were just saying, and this has got nothing to do with the news. This has really just got to do with putting the word out about this show that's been going on now for 5 seasons. Today is episode 170. That's 170 freaking episodes that we've done over the course of 5 seasons. Sure, most of the time, it is just you and I. Cool. we go over breaking news, new news, whatever. I can't say new news. Somebody else in another podcast does that. So I can't say that. Yeah. We go over news that's new in the world of rock and metal, whether it be old school, new school, whatever. And I was thinking, a lot of these content creators, they put up reels. I think that's what you call them. They put up reels. I'm 29 years old. Okay. I'm not young anymore. Right.
Right.
So they put up these reels or 7 to 10 second clips that you throw up on TikTok or even Instagram, wherever. So last week I was like, I'm going to throw some stuff out there, try to get more of the podcast out. To be blunt, that is so freaking time consuming. I don't know how people do it. Actually, I don't know how people do that with full-time jobs, full-time spouses, kids running around, dogs digging after moles. I mean, I don't know how they do it. I ain't got the time for that.
It's like being back in post-production, in the TV studio when I was in college or something.
Right.
And you're sitting, only now you're using you're using a powerful piece of equipment, but it's a lot smaller. Your phone or your laptop or whatever. But
it's like putting together the pour of the week. All right. When we have those, that takes time because we have to do the audio. And then we always create a video to go along with it. And that gets put on our social media so that, it's not just the sound and you looking at, our logo or something. So always put up a video for that and make that. That crap is time consuming. And it's not like I can use AI and say,
you tried.
I did. I uploaded last week's video. I didn't upload last week's video. I went to AI. I said, can you create numerous 7-second clips from this audio to post on social media? And when I put it into upload, it said, yeah, no, sorry, file's too large.
Right. And I know nothing about the apps or programs that are used, but I bet at some point someone will be developing an AI-based TikTok creation machine.
They're already out there.
Are they?
They're already out there. The problem,
so you got to pay for it?
Yeah, there you go. That's the problem.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I don't want to pay for 15 different apps just to get clips. I found a way around it. I have a program I can use, but that because I have to do it or you have to do it, it's time consuming.
Yeah. Right.
It can take hours to find 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 5 of something that's good. You pull out a minute to get 20 seconds and you're cutting things. Now, the ones I put out were pretty damn good. I've still got a couple others, but man, it's just time consuming.
Think about the creators that take the time to put together a skit, like a little comedy sketch.
I don't work for SNL.
I mean, a lot of them are really, really good, but they have to take time. They have to.
And these are the people that have hundreds of thousands of followers, and they're probably getting paid by the TikToks.
Right, and by that point, they may have someone in post-production doing the work for them.
Yeah. Here's a video, make it something. We don't have that. Maybe we should hire somebody for free.
Well, we have a moderator that... I'm not sure you'd have to give her a raise or anything.
We could give her a raise. There's nowhere to go but up.
I mean, she was the one that created some. She was the one that created some of our first little logos and stuff, and then you took that over.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, right. So
therefore, I gave myself a raise.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I just she's not getting it. So whatever. I just wanted to, I guess, bitch about that because it's a pain in the butt, and I have all the kudos in the world to those people that sit around and do nothing but make TikTok videos. Now, do we get emails all the time that say, hey, you want to improve your social media? We'll run it for you. Here's some examples. Great. They look awesome. Fantastic. Yep. And then it'll only be $49.99 a month or $200 for the year. Not doing it.
Right. And, if we ever got to the point where this thing made money, that'd be different.
Yeah. And because what money it does make goes to pay the power bill so that we can both be on here.
Right. Because they flicker here all the time.
Right. Mine went out the other day. Hopefully that doesn't happen here.
What? Out where you're at?
Yeah. And it wasn't raining. Nothing was going. It wasn't even snowing. Just out. And then 6, 7. Oh, I did it. I'm not going to repeat that. About 7 seconds later, back on. It's just long enough to reset the clock on the coffee pot, the stove, and the microwave.
Right.
Just enough to annoy you. And I was annoyed.
Oh, I have big news. The wife and I finally replaced our old washing machine with a new one, and I put it in Sunday night.
What's her name?
The washing machine?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't tell you that.
You don't name your appliances?
I do, but nothing you're going to hear.
Fine.
It's a little dirty.
Oh. All right. We should probably move on to some news.
Well, I just wanted to toot my own horn that I installed it.
I missed that part. You installed it.
And it works.
Have you tried it?
Yes.
Have you tried the warm water to make sure that it's on the warm side? I knew it.
I'll check that when I get home.
That's right. All you got to use is all temperature cheer. If you remember those commercials from back in the day, you can wash in cold water. You can wash in warm or hot water. Cheer is good for all temperatures.
Do they still make that?
I don't have any idea. Remember the kid that used to go ALL? It was all. Who names a fabric softener all? I can go off on a tangent right now about kids. Kids used to sell popcorn. They used to sell fudge. Now they sell trash bags and freaking laundry detergent.
We bought the giant 5-gallon tub of it one time and loved it. It lasted forever.
It's a 5-gallon tub. Of course it did.
It was amazing. It lasted a long time.
Your washing machine didn't work, so of course it lasted forever.
Oh, yeah. This was when I had one that worked.
Oh, okay.
Prior to now.
But I thought it worked now.
You're right. Prior to this new one.
Oh, okay. Good. I got confused there for a second. Big news out of the Metallica camp this week.
Shannon said the first load about took off because it was off balance a bit. I had to make some adjustments. Nothing is ever perfect right away.
This is like totally unrelated to anything, but you know what else is a little unlevel over here at my house?
What's that?
My stove.
Right. Adjust that thing.
We say we're going to do it every weekend, and then it's like, oh, look, squirrel.
Right.
And we never do. And then when I'm cooking eggs, they all go to one side of the pan.
I hate that. Ours is like that too. Maybe I should adjust ours.
Yeah. For those that have not tuned out, I appreciate you sticking around. I promise we'll get to news. You just got to remember that Ace and I don't get a chance to vent a lot.
Not to each other anyway.
Between Wednesdays. Yeah. So now that you've got your washer, now that it's level, now that it's the first load is done, I'm proud of you for doing this yourself.
Thank you.
If nobody told you that, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all you get.
It means a lot.
It should. It should. And next week, maybe I can report that my stove is level.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Best news ever. Now celebrating the 31st year, the 2026 event of the Red Cross Gala is set to take place on Saturday, March 21st. That's like in just a few days from today being Wednesday the 18th. And And what's really big news?
You said March.
It's still February, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, which is not in a few days. Thanks for catching that. It'll take place Saturday, March 21st, 2028. That's a month away from now. The Red Cross Gala, big event. They do a lot of stuff where they everybody knows what the Red Cross does. I don't even have to explain that. This year, in big news, Metallica is actually being honored at the 2026 Red Cross Gala. This is an annual volunteer-led black tie benefit that raises support for Red Cross preparedness. Metallica, and of course their foundation, All Within My Hands, have become transformative partners to the American Red Cross, inspiring thousands of fans nationwide to roll up their sleeves and donate life-saving blood. So I'm going to read a little bit of this. Through life-scale initiatives like Red Cross and Metallica Blood Drive series, which surpassed 1,000 donations in its first month, and the Give Where You Live campaign, they mobilized both long-time and first-time donors across the country. Metallica did comment on this and said that they were beyond honored to be named Visionary Partner of the Year at this year's Red Cross Gala, which will be held, I believe, in San Francisco, which is, of course, the home of Metallica. Giving back as a united, engaged community has always been at the core of All Within My Hands, and working alongside the Red Cross has shown us just how powerful that can be. A lot of people be like, okay, why is that such a big deal? The fact that they're being recognized for what they do for the community.
Yeah.
Many communities, we're not just talking, San Fran or anything like that. The All Within My Hands Foundation has done a lot of work. So versus being, a Hall of Fame nomination, another platinum album, this is something that really is not even related to music whatsoever. So big deal for Metallica, and I think for Metallica fans as well, because without the fans, their foundation, the All Within My Hands, and these donations obviously would not have happened.
I don't think it's just the Red Cross. They have a foundation that covers a lot of charities, correct?
Yes, but
Right.
they're also partnered with
the
Red Cross. Yeah, and it's
so
enough to get recognized, which is freaking crazy.
Right, and this is coming from people that have an image of just aggressive metal maniacs. You don't think about this type of thing when it comes to rock stars, but there's a lot of charitable things that come out of rock stars, and Metallica being recognized is certainly notable.
Yeah, for sure. I'm on their website right now. This is the All Within My Hands website. Just to give you a little background on some of the stuff they do. The work that drives us is a section that they have on this website. In partnership with the American Association of Community Colleges, they have Metallica Scholars, which is a major workforce education program that provides direct support to community college to enhance their career and technical education curricula. In 2025, we announced that year 7 will launch with our largest grant to date, totaling approximately $3 million. All Within My Hands is proud to support 75 community colleges across all 50 states, including Guam. Since inception, we have invested over $13.5 million in students interested in gaining skills and training necessary to find meaningful and well-paying careers. It doesn't stop there. In addition, they've done Fight Against Hunger, which is combating food insecurity, critical local services, which includes disaster relief and community support. There's just a ton. I encourage everybody, if you're interested in seeing some of the stuff that they do, go to allwithinmyhands.org. That's .org. 3.4 million to workforce education, 781,000 to hunger relief, and $1 million to critical local services. That was in 2024. but they're all over the place. They do so much. And of course, if you want to donate, which is entirely up to you, there's a button there that says donate. But very cool thing that Metallica has done for years. And then, gosh, was it during COVID that they had the acoustic concert?
I
want to say it. Well, I got a T-shirt somewhere, but
I think you're right.
I think it was something like that. But it's very cool, and anybody that knocks Metallica because it's not your kind of music or whatever, so be it. But you cannot say anything bad about the foundation that they have, because it's phenomenal, and kudos to them. Kudos to the red sauce, to the Red Cross for recognizing them. I think it's a big deal, and I hope that this actually hits news, like major news outlets, because I think it's a big deal. So kudos to Metallica. Okay, I had to check on the chat real quick, and it's not going off, which is good. That must mean Viper's not in there. Moderator's quiet. You notice that?
Yeah. Yes.
She's always quiet when he's not around.
Right.
Yeah. Your second favorite band, the Scorpions.
Love the Scorpions.
Have announced that 2026 coming home to Las Vegas is what they're going to do, as they do a residency with Buckcherry. Of course, the Scorpions, who are one of the most iconic and influential hard rock bands of all time, are returning to Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino in 2026 with a new headlining residency show. Of course, it's put on by Live Nation and Caesars Entertainment. It is called Scorpions Coming Home to Las Vegas. It will take place from Thursday, September 17th through Saturday, October 3rd, and will once again feature special guest Buckcherry. If you have never seen Scorpions or followed them, you must. Scorpions are just one of those that have been obviously around forever. But man, do they sound good. They always do.
Well, they have a lot of eras as well, because they've been around so long. Early on, their sound was a whole different sound than what you heard in their golden age, when they came out with Love Drive and all that stuff. Love at First Sting, those records. And even now, they've taken on a different sound. We reviewed one of their records just a few years ago that they just put out, or they had put out at that time.
Yeah.
And Klaus, he's not the singer he was in his heyday,
of course,
but his voice has changed to give it a whole different like resonance when he records music now. It's lower, it's got a different depth to it. So, that stuff's kind of cool. But these residencies are great for bands like the Scorpions, because you set up shop in Vegas and then people come to you.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, exactly.
And when you're a band that's been around as long as they have, they don't have to try. We'll get to this in another story, because this is part of another story with Dee Snider. But you don't have to travel around the world all the time. You can set up it's a month? Not quite a month.
Now, 7 performances, quite a few in September, and then just the 2 in October. So it'll be 17, 19, 23, 25, 27, and 29 of September.
Yeah.
And then 1 and 3 of October, the 1st and 3rd.
Yeah, and they've done this before. This isn't the first time.
Right.
That's why the Scorpions love coming to Vegas, because of this type of thing.
It's the buffets.
Right, that too. They got a string of hits. I love Buckcherry as well. They put a record out last year that was really good. So that should be a really, really good show if you get to Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely. With over 110 million records sold around the world, the Scorpions will play fan favorites from their incredible catalog, including Wind of Change, Still Loving You, Rock You Like a Hurricane, Send Me an Angel, and many, many more. Of course, the Scorpions were founded in Hanover, West Germany in 1965. That's telling right there, not just the date, but West Germany, back when Germany was 2 different places. 1965, Scorpions were part of the first wave of metal in the 70s with their debut album, Lonesome Crow. which was released in 1972. The band rose to arena status with seminal releases Love Drive, Virgin Killer, and Animal Magnetism. In the 80s, Scorpions amassed a string of Billboard chart toppers, from Love at First Sight, Love at First Sting, let's say it right, and Blackout, and including multiple top 10 singles, Rock You Like a Hurricane and No One Like You. Great band, great sound, unique sound.
Right.
It's another one of those bands that when they sing, you're like, oh man, those are cool. Where are they from? Like, Boston. And then you find out they're from, no, we're from Germany. They probably don't sound like that, but
I hear it when Klaus sings.
yeah,
he's got that accent
because we
that you
know.
pick up. Right. If you didn't know, maybe you think it was Boston. I guess I don't know. That movie, the biopic, should be coming out not too long from now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We talked about that a few weeks ago, so I haven't seen an update on it.
And let me mention a residency is not a couple of dates. Just so you know, when people say they do a residency in Vegas and they're there for 2 days, you did 2 days. You did 2 shows. It's not a residency.
Yeah, it was just a weekend.
People do that all the time, artists, because it sounds better. Did a residency.
Yeah.
Celine Dion did a residency in Vegas, like several. Like she lived there for months.
Right.
Months at a time. Elvis started all of that.
Yeah. Not just going in for a show or two.
Right.
You mentioned this just a couple minutes ago, and we might as well jump into this. Last week we were talking about how Twisted Sister canceled all of the dates that they had on their tour, basically because Dee Snider's dealing with some health issues, and of course, just like anything else, just like wildfire, rumors started spreading. Holy cow! Something's going on with Dee Snider. We're gonna wake up tomorrow and he's gonna be dead. Something's going on. Holy moly! Well, it didn't take long, probably just a few days after that news broke, that Dee Snider came out, appears to be in his bathroom with a microphone. I'm pretty sure it's a room, to basically say he's not dying. He just can't do those things that he did in his 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and even 60s.
Right.
So he came out, shot down the rumors that he was dying, even though those dates were canceled. It was just, hey, I can't do those things.
Yeah, he's going out of his way to make sure people know that he's really okay. It's just a matter of getting out and doing a high energy type of show. I think he mentioned in one article that he's had hip surgery or knee replacement or something, and some other things medical wise that aren't detrimental as far as life threatening, but it's part of aging. And it's hard to go out there and do these shows and even move around like you want to, and when you have artificial hips and knees and shoulders and whatever you got.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the vocal challenge, which we just talked about with Klaus.
Yeah, exactly. It was just this past Saturday, Dee Snider shared a video to the Facebook page of his long-running House of Hair radio show, and our friends over at Blabbermouth transcribed it, so we didn't have to. I'll read what it said. He goes, "Hey, everybody, it's me, Dee Snider, and I'm not dying. No, not never. I mean, we're all dying, but not immediately. My announcement about canceling the tour for health reasons, problems with my heart, arthritis, things like that. The rumors, just like we said, the rumors have run wild that I am on my deathbed. I am not. I just can't do those things that I did in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and even 60s. Otherwise, I'm alive and well. I'm enjoying life. I'm here for the House of Hair, again, which is, of course, his radio show that I believe is syndicated. He's directing a movie. He's going to be writing things. He says,
Strangeland 2?
Oh. Maybe. You
Maybe.
won't see me on the stage kicking ass like I used to because that will mess me up. Someone apparently told him, "Hey, man, could you just go out on stage and lay back?" And he said, "No, I can't. That's not who I am. I can barely do that on the House of Hair." So I had to pull out of Twisted Sister. I had to cancel a tour. My apologies for that. And thank you for all the love and care and worry and all that stuff. It was crazy. I mean, the amount of people, the outpouring was beautiful. Thank you very much for cheering me on. He goes on and on and on and on. And I'm not going to bore you with all of it, but he's not dying. At least not like on his deathbed. Which is good to hear. And I applaud him for actually coming out and posting a video and addressing all of this instead of just sulking in all the praise and just, yes, this is me. Dee Snider's not that way.
No, he wants you to know he's okay. He's not going to sit there and act like something's wrong when it isn't, or just ignore it. I think that's fair. I think a lot of us would do that. I would want to, say I'm going to do something, then pull out and have people wonder why. Yeah, especially when there's a valid reason such as this. It's just wear and tear on the body. I mean, these guys. How old is he? He's in his 70s. He's in his 70s, correct?
Correct.
We're asking a lot of a 70-year-old man, to go out and do Twisted Sister shows, and I think it's fair to give the guy a break.
Yeah, he is actually 70.
Okay,
just straight up 70.
I mean, the guys that still do it and I'm talking to Alice Cooper, who never seems to stop, and he's older than 70. He's at least 74. That guy never stops. And
Sammy Hagar,
Sammy slowed down a little bit, but Alice, man, he is full steam ahead all the time, and it's amazing, and that's great. But you can't expect everyone to be up to that standard.
No, not at all. Dee Snider did add this. If you got memories of a great show that I did, that's what I want to leave you with. Not me standing up there like Willie Nelson. Nothing wrong with Willie, 95 years old and in a wheelchair, but you know what I'm saying. I went out rocking. I'm still rocking here. I ain't stopping. I got a life to live. My dad, this is Dee Snider saying this. My dad's 95 and still kicking. So I'm expecting to be around for a long time, which means the House of Hair will go on forever. Nice dig at Willie Nelson, but sometimes you just can't.
I didn't know he was in a wheelchair performing.
Me neither. Mama TBT actually went and seen him last year.
Okay.
And I don't recall her saying anything about him performing in a wheelchair. This could have also been Dee Snider just talking smack.
Right. Well, or just making a point of being that old and standing in one place, being stationary.
Right.
How was the performance at that age? Do you recall?
She just commented in the chat and said he wasn't. So he was not in a wheelchair. He's 90 some years old. The performance was as you would expect for a 90 some year old, but I don't think, and I don't recall her saying this, I don't think it was like, oh yeah, he should just give it up. He should just stop.
Right.
I didn't hear that. So, and he was still standing. So that's good. If Willie can do it and Dee can't, oh well. Willie smokes weed. Dee probably doesn't. Are we going to get canceled for saying that?
I doubt it.
Okay.
I mean, because Willie
moderator's
gleefully
going to kick me out.
Willie gleefully will tell you that he does that.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
That's why he's not in a wheelchair.
Probably, and why he's still able to at least stand up and stand before a microphone.
He's too high to sit. That's a great song title. So she added he was really good, had to stop and catch his breath, understandable, and sat during performances.
Okay.
All right. You know who else had to sit? Ozzy.
True.
You know who else had to sit? Dave Grohl when he broke his leg.
Same with Axl, correct?
Absolutely.
And it didn't hurt anything. It didn't hurt Ozzy's performance at all.
No.
Because people wanted so badly to see that, and he wanted so badly to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's not something you would want to see every day, but it's however the artist has to accommodate themselves, I think, to get them on the stage. Yeah, maybe ideally you don't want to be seen with a cast on your leg and sitting on a stool, but you're getting out there and you're still doing the gig.
Yeah, you're still doing. I mean, James Hetfield had to go out and not play guitar and have his arm wrapped up after he got burnt when they brought in, who'd they bring in? John Bush?
Was that who it was?
I think it was John Bush from Armored Saint that they brought in to play guitar. Well, okay. They're still performing. They're still kicking butt. You're still paying the money to go see them.
That might even be harder than having to sit, not being able to play guitar and sing when you've done that the whole time Metallica has been in existence. What do you do with your hands? You don't know. You're used to playing chords and singing. Now you're hyper focused on the vocal performance.
Well, yeah. Now you got to hold your microphone like this.
Right. Instead of looking up at it.
Yeah.
I think that would be harder than just sitting there.
For sure. That was what? I'm going to go with 90, 91, 90, 91, probably somewhere around there. Black Album,
right.
Maybe. I don't know.
I was watching I'm reading Brian Johnson's biography right now, The Lives of Brian. And it got me going down the rabbit hole a little bit because I saw something on YouTube about Tom Kiefer and the way he sings and stuff like that. It made me start thinking about when Axl Rose took over for Brian Johnson through that little stint with AC/DC. I watched some videos when that happened and thought they were good. What I didn't realize until recently was how he really shredded his voice trying to sing those AC/DC songs, especially the Brian Johnson stuff.
Sure.
I mean, the videos I was watching, Axl is red-faced, looks like veins are popping out of his skull. You would think this would be an easy one for him to do, because but it's even higher than what he normally does with Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that anymore.
What's that?
Axl singing AC/DC stuff.
Right. There's a lot of people that were polarized by that. Right. Kathy, who probably hasn't showed up in the chat or anything, but
she just did.
Well, she had tickets for that tour to see Brian Johnson. When all of that happened with the hearing loss, and then Axl comes in, she sold her tickets.
Really?
That was a bucket list band for her. So when you get tickets to see the band that you have on a bucket list that you want to see before you die, and they substitute Brian Johnson with Axl, nothing wrong with Axl Rose.
Absolutely not.
We could go on all day why they picked him. They had to pick someone big to keep this train rolling, right? But when that's who you want to see is Brian Johnson, and you paid all that money, no, you sell the tickets, and you wait.
Unless you just want to see everybody else.
Well, right, but it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same.
No.
I mean, he did like I said, he did a fine job, and he really, really, really wanted to perform well. You can tell in the way that he's trying to perform, or he is performing. He's trying his best, and he did a great job. He's not been the same since vocally, not even close.
Right.
Because singing at such a high torque like that had to do something to him. But yeah, so we were glad. Kathy and I both were glad we got to see them in Nashville with Brian Johnson. The way we saw them, it worked out.
Finally getting to kick that band from the bucket list. Absolutely.
Right.
we mentioned Ozzy a while ago as being one of the people that, has sat during a performance. Again, not that big of a deal. But what a transition as we now have a story once again about Ozzy. This time, this happens at Mardi Gras in New Orleans as hundreds of people dressed up as Ozzy Osbourne in New Orleans just a few days ago at a Mardi Gras parade. There is a video that's going around. It has went viral all over social media, and it shows a group of people that are called the Dead Rock Stars marching through the city during the Crew of Muses parade, which is one of the Mardi Gras parades that goes through. They had a float and banners in honor of Ozzy Osbourne. The Grand Marshal was someone dressed as Sharon Osbourne on board that float. According to the Dead Rock Stars Facebook group, their group is made up of an all-male dance crew that gets together once a year for the Muses Parade during Mardi Gras. Each year, they choose a late rock star to honor during the parade, and this year, it was Ozzy. Individuals are able to sign up to join the group each year and must purchase a specific costume for the designated rock star.
Oh, wow.
They say each year we pay tribute to a different rock icon who's left their mark on music history. We may not be the 610 stompers, but we bring the energy, the moves, and a little whiskey to keep the party going. Rock in peace, dance in style is what their website says. The sign-up page for this year's Dead Rock Stars Parade noted that there were 225 total individuals in the parade. They had a rolling playlist of Black Sabbath and Ozzy songs that they danced to Paranoid numerous times. There's a gentleman by the name of Stephen Ray who was friends with Ozzy for over 4 decades, and he was among those dressed as the Prince of Darkness during the parade. If you haven't seen this video or looked at some of the social media posts, the pictures and all of that, it's absolutely, it's cool. I want to say it's funny. It's, you laugh at it, but they're having a good time. But this is Mardi Gras. And if you've never been to either New Orleans or Mobile, Alabama, to see anything to do with Mardi Gras, number one, you're missing out, and you probably don't have any beads, but that's a whole different story. But I thought it was cool when we both saw this story.
Yeah.
Over 200 people.
Did you mention that they had someone dressed as Sharon as the Grand Marshal on the float?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
I said that the Grand Marshal dressed as Sharon was on that float.
Right. Which is pretty. And then Sharon saw this, the real Sharon Osbourne. Can you imagine her reaction to this? It had to be just utter disbelief at how cool this is.
Yeah, she shared a video of all the Aussies on her Instagram story. So you imagine those guys? They're like, oh yeah, we're going to be a part of this. It'll be cool. People in New Orleans will see it. They'll talk about it. But then Sharon ends up sharing a video from it. Come on. It don't get much cooler than that.
Right.
I think it's awesome.
And sadly, they could have their pick of rock stars to pay tribute to.
Yeah.
Especially the last year.
I'm glad they picked Ozzy, though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It is really
very cool. Very cool. There was something else that I had thought about earlier today that I was going to mention on Ozzy, and I forgot what it was. It may have been just more information on the biopic that's coming out, the movie. I think what I do know is I think it's supposed to be not like his older years, but as he's coming up. And we kind of already have that, but so I'm kind of anxious to see how that's going to get played out. Because remember the BBC thing that was out, all of these different things come out and they give you a history of how Ozzy became Ozzy. But I don't know I think this is going to be a little bit more in depth, and I don't have a whole lot on it. It was just something I saw the other day, and I was like, "Oh shit, I better mention that." So,
and of course, a biopic, because rock biopics, man, are just going to be coming out left and right, just left and right.
Yeah, over
It,
and over.
well, the good news is we're getting actual rock ones. You know that people that I might want to see. You know, I would actually go watch the Scorpions one. I
Yeah.
would watch that.
Oh, for sure.
I would definitely watch the Ozzy one. Um, the thing is about biopics, though, they sometimes have to kind of change the truth, alter the truth,
Yeah.
you know, and then that becomes reality, and I kind of get bothered by that, but
Oh,
it is what it is.
I enjoyed Behind the Music back when it was on VH1, and I always looked for
Right.
those, but it was always the rock ones I was interested in. Those were all the ones I wanted to see, and I don't
Right.
remember
Well,
who all they did, but
my favorite ones were the rock ones on Behind the Music when they would come out, and they would be this almost uncut version where you're getting some real revelation, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know
exactly.
that. And then they show a replay of it maybe a week later, and it's been chopped to bits because somebody in that band threw a fit because
Yeah.
it made them look bad,
I can't
and they
believe
threatened
you
to
did
sue.
that.
Right? They threatened to sue VH1 or whatever. You cut that out and all this other stuff, and which now it kind of sanitizes the whole story. But the best part was, you know, the salacious stuff we didn't know.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
when we do find out, they don't like it.
Right. There was one of my favorite parts was the Journey one when Steve Perry said something like, "I never felt like I was a part of that band," and then they cut right to Neil Sean and his reaction, which is his mouth has hit the floor. You
Yeah.
know, because you know Steve Perry had his hands and fingerprints all over every song they wrote when he was in the band.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, and I wonder how much of that was editing just to get the ratings too.
Yeah. Right. We don't know. We don't know. I know the REO Speedwagon one was edited quite a bit because the
Right.
original Cronin thought it made him look bad. Kevin Cronin.
Yeah. I just pulled I pulled up the Wikipedia of these Behind the Music, and there are so many. Some of which brought back memories, you know, like Belle Biv DeVoe,
Right. Right.
Boys to Men.
You know,
But there
and
were,
the thing is, I'll watch any of those. I love documentaries. I would watch that. I don't
yeah.
care.
Yeah, but there were so many from you know the 80s and 90s music from there, from Aerosmith and Anthrax and Poison, Motley Crue, Bon Jovi, so many. So it was like they were hitting all of these, but Chicago, these are all the
Yeah.
bands, you know, they're hitting all these things that are popular during the time. Mariah Carey, Bobby Brown, you know, all that stuff, all the pop ones as well. Um, I almost kind of wish that would come back.
Well, there is I don't know. I'd have to look it up to see what it is, but on HBO they have those. But they're like revisited, maybe.
Okay.
Like certain ones, they pick certain ones like Duran Duran or Huey Lewis, and they've revisited those people, something like that. You might look
Huh.
it up if you have the HBO Max subscription.
I think I do.
Yeah,
I can't keep up anymore.
and they're a little longer too because there's no ads, which is nice. The problem with the VH1 ones, if they're like an hour long. You get 43 minutes, maybe 45,
Yeah,
maybe. So sometimes it feels like they gloss over periods quite a bit.
sure.
And I'm a nuts and bolts guy. Like I want to hear if a band has 10 records, I want to hear everything about every record. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Give me all of it.
Right. Right.
Well, one thing that you're going to get to hear that you've probably never heard before, we just got confirmation as of a story that came out today. Alex Van Halen has confirmed the album he is working on with Steve Lukather includes previously unreleased, unfinished Van Halen recordings. In a new interview with somebody in Brazil, Alex Van Halen
Right.
spoken more deep.
Pronounce that, please.
Yeah, not happening. No, I'm not even going to try it. Nope. I just looked at it again. He spoke in more detail about the album that he's working on with obviously this guy's in Toto. He's the guitarist for Toto. The Van Halen drummer said, once again transcribed by our friends over at Blabbermouth, Ed and I had a lot of stuff that we made musically that we never let go. Many people have asked, what about releasing unreleased stuff? Well, we're not going to release it in its embryonic form because it wouldn't make any sense. But I've been fortunate enough to have Steve, who is a good friend of Ed's, and we're working on putting a record together, but it has to be the quality and level of where we left it, not just say, hey, here's some music that we made. Hope you like it. He wants it to be quality that's expected. And it was 2, 3, maybe 4 months ago, we talked about this possibly happening.
Yes.
But now that, it's confirmed that it's going to be some previously unreleased stuff and unfinished, that is exciting.
It really is. We're cracking the vault open, which is what everyone wanted to happen. And, you notice we're not hearing much about what Wolfgang thinks of this, which I'm sure if Alex is good with it, he's good with it.
Yeah.
But I wonder what they're going to do. Is this because I don't think, I think musically it was more guitar, drums, bass, the bed and the layering musically. So we don't have a vocal on top of that or a melody on top of that. So I wonder what they're going to do with it.
Well, Ed was asked if they're going to use some old Eddie recordings, and Alex said, "Well, these are recordings that were going to be the next Van Halen record, and that were stopped because Ed didn't live that long. The drums are already recorded. The drums, the guitar, and the bass are already in there.
Oh, wow.
What we didn't have is a vocalist." And obviously, did I say vocalist? Vocalist.
Correct.
And obviously, the subtleties and the glue, we call it the glue or the spackle. As for who is playing bass on these recordings, Alex said most of them is Wolfie, because these are recordings that were made ready for the next record.
Okay, so that's a revelation. And I wonder what the time frame was, because they were with Roth around 2014, 2015, and put out what is it, a certain kind of truth or whatever that's called, and then toured and all of that. So was it before that? Was it after that? And who in the world would they have had in mind to do the vocals? And typically in that band, if you do the vocals, you write the lyrics and the melody. So it would call Gary Sharon and ask him if he got a call at around that time. It makes me wonder.
Yeah, it does. And I just skimmed through this real quick, and there is no mention of a vocalist. I mean, obviously, that's not what the point of this interview was that they did, but still, that's very curious. Very curious.
Who was the guy after Gary that they had brought in for, or maybe it was prior to Gary, they had brought a guy in, and he calls himself a singer in Van Halen, but he was there basically at 5150 for a weekend, and I can't think of his name. He's in a band right now, I think. I want to say maybe Warrant, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I don't know. And of course, if you Google Van Halen vocalists, you're only going to get the three. You're only going to get Roth and Hagar and Sharon.
I think it's Michael or Matthew. It's a double M name, is what I'm thinking of.
There's only one M in Matthew.
I'm talking about both names.
Oh, Michael Monroe, right?
No.
I'm looking real quick just to see.
I am too. We have dead air because we're thinking.
Yeah. Van Halen did not have a lead vocalist named Matthew. Oh, freaking Mitch Malloy.
That's it, Mitch Malloy.
Yes. That's not Michael or Matthew.
It's Mitch. Right here. I pulled it up too. He is the most famous almost singer, it says.
Yeah. He auditioned to be the singer after Sammy Hagar departed, and recorded various demos with the band.
Right.
But yeah.
So this is a little earlier. This is saying 96.
Yeah.
And was told, he says, that he had the gig in Van Halen, but it turns out he probably didn't. or he just didn't.
Not.
Well, at some point, Sharon is in there, right? Because if it's after Sammy leaves.
Yeah. And it wasn't Warrant. He was actually the lead vocalist for Great White for 4
There it
years,
is.
from 18 to 22.
I almost said that, but it's hard to keep track. Some of these bands have had so many singers.
Yeah, very true. All of these bands have had so many singers, yet Skid Row can't find one.
Oh, they're working on it.
I did that just for the Viper. As we pull up on the last few minutes of the show, we unfortunately have a death that we're not announcing. We're just kind of putting it out there because this guy may not be known for what he did in rock and metal. However, singer-songwriter Billy Steinberg, he wrote monster hits for Heart, Pat Benatar, the Bangles, Madonna. He passed away in Los Angeles a couple days ago on February 16th at the age of 75. Now, what did Billy Steinberg write? Well,
a lot.
It is a lot, but some of the ones that you will recognize include Heart's 1987 hit Alone, the Bangles' 1989 smash Eternal Flame, and then together with his writing partner, Tom Kelly, he also wrote Madonna's Like a Virgin, Cyndi Lauper's True Colors, Stand By Me from the Pretenders, Sex as a Weapon from Pat Benatar, the iconic song I Touch Myself from the Divinyls, and other songs that were recorded by Cheap Trick, REO Speedwagon, Tina Turner, Belinda Carlisle, and many, many more. I am sure you can Google his name and get the list of all of the stuff that he has wrote, but that's just a handful. And when you think about songwriters, because as we all know, bands don't always write their own stuff. They purchase these songs.
Right.
This dude has wrote an unbelievable amount. And I thought it was important. Well, we both did. We both thought it was very important to bring this up because it may not be relatable to rock and metal, but it kind of is when you think about, Pat Benatar, all of these bands that were right before we started going, breaking into the metal and all that. So,
well, yeah, and these people are important. One reason being, of what they contribute, but and there's a lot of them that write specifically for, rock and metal. Desmond Child being one that was super important in the '80s.
Bob Rock.
It's right. It's neat to mention this type of thing.
Who was Shania Twain married to?
Mutt Lange. These are producers. Yeah, he is also a songwriter, though.
Yeah.
Mutt is. He wrote "Do You Believe in Love" and gave it to Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, Huey. Huey.
Real quick before we go, what do you think about this this Ronda Rousey Gina Carano fight that has been announced?
I love their band.
Yeah.
I think they need a new guitar player, but I mean that's just me.
Yeah.
I love Ronda, and I don't care if she was in a freaking commercial for Palmolive. I would go buy Palmolive.
I was talking about the actual bout, but okay.
Oh, yes, it's great. I'll be interested to see if Grogu shows up.
Right.
In
the corner.
Yeah,
in the corner.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't want this to turn into a freaking, Mike Tyson's last fight.
That's what I'm worried about.
But here's the difference. Boxing, MMA. I'm hoping that I hope it's a match. I hope they go all in.
I hope they go at it.
All out. I hope I hope they go at it. That's it.
Yeah, but there's only so much time. That's the thing. There's only so much time.
Yeah.
This is in May. We've announced this in February. Have they already been training, or are we just starting now?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look onto that one, but yeah, I saw that the other day, and I was like, "Oh, hi, Rhonda."
And Gina Carano is 43. And Rhonda's a bit younger, but I don't know. Gina Carano's last fight was in 09.
Wow. They did they reached out to Dana White about the fight, but it didn't exactly work out with the UFC. Ronda Rousey hasn't competed in MMA since 2016. So it'll be
right. But and scoff if you will, but she did wrestle for quite some time, and that is a highly athletic performance art. So she's been in shape a little bit more recently than Gina has in fighting shape.
Yeah, they'll be fighting in the 145-pound class or whatever you want to call it, bantamweight.
Right.
So it'll be interesting, and I cannot wait. I am sure we will talk about it again because I love Ronda.
Well, hopefully they got their streaming act together, Netflix.
Yeah.
Because remember the Tyson fight, we were all in and out, flickering back and forth. No one could watch it anyway.
Yeah, and then things would just freaking go blank, and you'd like, where did it go?
We had to watch it on the iPad because that was the only thing that would pick up.
Yeah.
Hi.
Bye.
Hi.